We live? Yeah, I think we're live. What's going on, you guys? Gaming Addict here. Back at you another Addict and Smoove Cuphead impressions. I think this is the first impressions video we've done it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mainly just the review, which I do apologize. Wait, hold up, give me a second. Okay, sorry about that. I had the background playing too, so I heard myself talk again. But we're just going to talk about the general impressions that we have on this game. What are our overall thoughts about it. We might go into a little bit of spoiler detail, so if you guys don't want to hear that, you might want to click off. I mean, would you think that we'd go? I mean, these days, motherfuckers be thinking anything's spoiling territory, so it's definitely a possibility. So anyway, let's go ahead and start this. What's your overall impressions, kid? What do you think about Cuphead?
Man, I'm mentally drained. But throughout like the trial and era, the game itself is pretty awesome. I love the art style. I love the music. I love like being what this game brought to the table. I felt it brought something refreshing and new. It's a very fun. It's challenging. It's punishing, but I don't ever feel like the game is like out to get me. I feel like every time I fail, it's like, okay, I did this the wrong way, or I didn't time this right, or I could have easily avoided that. Overall, it's a great game. It's challenging as long as you have, the patience and the tolerance to continue until you get better. This is one of those games where you would use the term "get good," like definitely.
Good. Yeah. So, what do you feel about the currency system and the shop and the ability system they implied in this game?
Yeah, I mean they did things better than what Sonic and Mario did back in the day. Now you're actually collecting coins to actually use those coins that you collect to purchase things, and I think it's pretty good because now it encourages you to try to get those coins during the stages, so you can get particular weapons and abilities that can help you progress through the game. I'm kind of wanting to go back and trying to double up on some of those coins so I can buy better weapons and better moves to keep me alive longer. But it was smart system. I'm glad it's only in-game currency, nothing you have to really buy outside of it. It's all in-game. And
yeah, they definitely get an A+ for not putting microtransactions in Cuphead, because I feel like some people they'll buy that $1.99 invincibility pack.
Yeah, but it's dope. I mean, the game is $20. I believe you said in a party that they could have easily gotten more for it, and I'm willing to agree.
I feel like they
that.
could have went all the way up to like $39.99, and people wouldn't have really said too much. So
yeah,
I feel like they picked a good price point where they knew people really wouldn't get too bad, but they weren't greedy because they knew people didn't. The lower you make a game, it's not necessarily the more someone will expect from it. Well, the higher you make a game price, but the lower it is, you could get away with a little bit more than you won't normally get away with if it was a $60 price tag.
Yeah, I mean, it's even. I think it could have been. They could have. I think they should have done probably like $29.99, $39.99 probably.
30 would have been good, a fair price. Am I glad they did it at 20? Yeah,
20
is cool. A good price tag for the consumer, but I do feel like this is one of those games they could have easily have gotten 30 and no one would have said nothing.
Yeah.
What do you think about some of the levels? You got any in particular that what drove you crazy?
The first level almost got me done right after the tutorial. I started to feel a little bit insecure about that. But I was able to pull it through. Right now I've only done believe it or not, two platforming levels, if I'm not mistaken. The one with the woodpecker was the one that annoyed me so far. I think I've done more boss fights than anything. But yeah, I mean the platforming. I don't know what the complaint was about them adding platforming. I think they did a good job.
It was fun. I thought the platforming was fun, especially the one where you go up the tree trunk and shit. Like I thought that was well done.
Yeah, I think they did a wonderful a job with that, and making sure they incorporate, their mechanics with that, so everything's really consistent. And they also try to give you like a boss fight at each platforming level as well to keep the theme ongoing.
Do you think that this game's unfair, or do you think that it's fair? It's just a learning curve.
No, it's I don't think it's unfair. I mean, there's definitely a learning curve. It's to the point where you have to die a bunch of times to master what to do and how to get around these boss fights and some of these levels. So I don't think that is unfair. I feel like a lot of these things, it can be done. I mean, the game can be beaten really technically in an hour if you're good. If you're, I'm pretty sure after people's initials playthrough, some people are going to be able to go back and maybe beat it in an hour or two because they've trained themselves around these bosses and how they move and whatnot. And what's crazy thing is about this game, they switch things up, because even though that you have to learn a pattern, the patterns aren't consistent, but the order that they do them isn't, and it keeps you on your toes. And I thought that was awesome. Definitely helps the game challenging wise, because I went into a couple battles like, all right, I know what to do this time, and then I got hit with a curveball. Like, oh shit, they didn't do this last time. You know what I mean? And
yeah, one thing I've really enjoyed is there was a level where you was in like this. I don't know how to explain it. Maybe I shouldn't, because this is an impression, but it's like you come across one person. She jumps in the back of wherever she is. I'm not going to really go into detail where she jumps in the back, and you'd be thinking, oh, you're going to fight this this chick. And she ends up sending different bosses out to you to fight. Like, not just one, not just two, like 5 different kind of bosses, and you have to memorize 5 different patterns.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing. And then when they switch them up, you gotta memorize the patterns, but then you don't know when you're gonna draw them,
Yeah, definitely. So, obviously we saw you having a little bit of struggle with the slot boss machine, the one with the dog. No, they were toads, weren't they? Or frogs.
Yeah, the frogs, toads, whatever you want to call them.
So now that you've done it, would you say that the game at that particular point was hard, or maybe it was just that boss that was hard?
It's crazy. That boss was hard, but as I go on, I found bosses that were actually harder than that one. It's just that I got through it quicker because I learned how I'm supposed to play some of the games. So I was able to get through some of the harder bosses quicker than what I did with that one. It was just that some of the things, like, I'm bad at multitasking, jumping and shooting at the same time. That kind of throws me off. So that's why I struggle with the frogs. And I'm sure there's going to be also bosses, like I'm stuck on that candy boss lady, the lady in the candy house.
Yeah, that's the boss I was referring to earlier.
Yeah, she's a beast. It's probably going to take me. I'll probably get through that sometime tomorrow. Maybe not. Hopefully, I can get through that this weekend. And then I tried the other boss. He's like a genie.
I haven't got to that point yet, but I've been told that the genie is hard.
Yeah, he's a jackass. Complete jackass.
I tried taking on the little there's a roller coaster boss, and like it's like a go-kart, and then like a roller coaster starts going across the tracks, and you have to jump across all the tracks and shit, and you have to jump over the roller coaster. Like, it's pretty wild, man. Like, these people need an award. Like, I feel like if there's any game, isn't there an award at the end of the year for most unique indie or best indie?
No, this is easily best indie award of the year, and it could also be nominated. It could also be nominated for Game of the Year as well.
It definitely could. I feel like Zelda's still going to get that, but
yeah, But hold on one moment. I got to fix my headset right quick because it's tapping out. Hold on.
Yeah, that's what happens when man, you were flipping out. I don't know if you guys see it, but Kid beat one of the bosses. I can't remember which boss it was. I think it was the boss that the little Play-Doh looking motherfucker that's in the tree, and he beat it, and he was so excited that he beat it. He stood up really fast, and it slung his headset. It probably messed up his headset jack. That's how quick this man stood up. His headset flew to the other side of the map. Like, kids stream, for those of you, watch Kid play this game. Watch me play this game too, but especially watch Kid play this game because this man lost one of these battles, and I swear to God, I thought he was having a seizure on his carpet. That's how bad it was.
Yeah, it was like some of these streams. Like I said, the thing is, the game is rewarding. It's like you don't want to cheat yourself by using cheat codes because I know there's some out there. And you don't want to cheat yourself by playing the game on simple. One, the game won't reward you for playing it on simple because they won't allow you to play the last boss or beat the game using playing on simple. But no matter how much you keep dying, whether it be 20, 15 times, 15, 20 times on one boss, when you finally do it and that knockout runs across the screen, it just gives you energy. It's like hitting a game-winning shot, dude. It feels awesome. It feels completely awesome.
So we got a couple quick questions. One, how long did it take you? 30 minutes to get past the tutorial?
No.
Not even 20?
No. The tutorial was actually I almost screwed up with the tutorial, but the tutorial didn't take me long at all. So
it took me literally like 30-40 seconds to get through the tutorial. It's kind of, I don't want to, throw bad blood to whatever that dude's name was, but you got to be pretty bad not to do that to that tutorial, man. That tutorial was mad easy. But what do you think? As of right now, with the amount of time that you put in it, I ain't put a whole lot, maybe 5 hours, if that. Out of all the time you've put in this game, would you suggest picking this game up?
Yeah, easily. Like I said, the game is not. I don't want to say the game is not for everyone. Anyone can play it, but it's going to be challenging. It's going to be challenging. And if you love a challenge, this is the game. The game, it's a cute game. It's beautiful. The art, the music. Talk about soundtrack. This game soundtrack is phenomenal. The visuals, phenomenal. The gameplay, phenomenal. The only issue with the game is that it's difficult. And that's it. Like, you know what I mean?
What I feel like makes this game difficult isn't the fact that, the bosses are hard to read, isn't the fact that, the overall game is hard. It's the fact that you have all this variables put into one concept when you fight a boss that, you only got 3 hits and you have a 4th if you have that power, but that's all. Yeah. Once that's over, it's done, gone. Yeah. And I feel like that's what makes this game hard is, you have all this time. It's like when I do the Destiny raids, we try to do it as quick as possible because the longer something the longer it takes you to do something, the more chance you have of messing up.
Yeah, that's true.
But, thanks for anyone that's watching this quick, our impressions. Kid definitely gives us, pick it up just what we played. I do too. For $20, you can't go wrong. I feel like I've already got my money out of this and I ain't even got halfway through. I just got to the second world. Kid has got to the second world. Yeah. So
I just didn't beat a level in the second world yet. So
Kid is legitly up where some of the other people are. So no talking shit. Anyway, thanks guys for coming. This is Game Addict and Kid Smoove.
Yep. Best spot. Xbox is definitely the best box, and I am the best spot. Cuphead doing very well. Forza 7 doing very well. Can't wait to deliver you guys our final review.
When do you think we'll be getting the review? We will be beating the game completely before the review.
Yeah, it
might take a little bit because I might have to wait on Kid. Yeah, I might have to wait on Kid.
It's gonna be a while. I say maybe a week.
But we will try to do the gigantic review in the next couple of days. I know
we should get that
people have been asking for it, and we will try to get that out. I'm gonna tweak the formats a little bit on here, so stay tuned for that. But it's like I said, thank you guys for watching. Game Addict, we're out.